Hey there, Ordinary Buddha here. All right, I would call, let's see, okay, we're going to make a distinction here and bear with me while we explain. Now, I would say there's enlightened people and I'd say there's liberated people. We're all on the journey of becoming enlightened and then becoming liberated. Now, I would say that I am an enlightened person, but I'm not a liberated person. What does that mean? Now, in order to be an enlightened person, one has to know the way out of misery. Okay? I would say that I know what the way out of misery is, so I would call myself an enlightened person. I am not a liberated person. Now, a liberated person is a person that has eradicated their misery in their life. So there is a distinction there. Knowing the way and then doing it. That's a distinction. What is required? Well, the first thing that is required in order to know what misery is and the way out of misery is misery. Misery is the prerequisite for enlightenment. In order to know the way out of misery, one must first be miserable. It's pretty simple there. So, I would say that I've endured many miseries in my life, and most of them are self-created. And so it led me to the realization that, oh, life is misery, but why? And then the next thing is, once you know the way out of misery, you practice achieving the way out of misery, or practice coming out of the misery to end the system, the program, the part in you that creates misery for yourself. So, and these two things that we're talking about is life experience and then what we think about life experience. See, misery is created from what we think about our life experience. So, every moment is a life experience for you. This is a life experience. I'm talking to myself, and I'm in my apartment, and it's kind of cold, and I can hear some outside noise. This is my experience. And then when I leave my apartment, I have a new experience. And then I go to some place and there's some different people, and then that's my experience. And so just experiencing the life is the way out of misery. So therefore, practicing experiencing the life will take a person out of their misery. Misery is created when, like I said, when we live in thinking about the life experience. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, when I leave here, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be so awesome. And I'm going to go to the, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to be really good. And then, oh, you know what? I don't like this person. I just thought of this person because they said this to me a week ago, and that makes me feel really bad. And I didn't like them, and this is what I would have said, and I should have said this, and yeah, I showed them. Yeah. See, that's the misery. That's the field of misery. That's just thinking about the life experiences. But the more we live in the life experience, experiencing life as it happens, the more we come out of our misery. So that requires discipline. Okay? So, whereas becoming enlightened, it requires discipline too. Discipline is kind of like the continuum at the bottom of the spectrum of like enlightenment to liberation. Like, you learn that life is misery. First, you become miserable. You learn that life is misery, and then you learn the way out of misery, and then you practice coming out of your misery. See? So discipline is a continuum. Because in order to learn that life is kind of miserable, we have to go live. You have to go live, and you have to live based on what you want to do. And then you start to see, oh, I want crazy things. I think will make me happy, but they don't make me happy. See, you have to put in the effort. And then you say, oh, maybe you allow yourself to lead hard enough, long enough, far enough until you get to the realization, oh, I'm miserable. Oh, life is miserable. And then you start saying, well, how do I come out of this misery? and you continually be putting in effort, and you continually applying discipline to try to come out, to learn what it is to come out, and then you learn, accepting life as it is, just observing the experience of the life. See, the first way is radical life experiences. Okay, radical. Why is it radical life experience? Because radical life experiences forces a person out of what they think about life experience into a situation where they're experiencing the life. You see, the more time we put into experiencing life, which is where discipline comes into play, right? Directed effort in controlling your attention takes discipline. We start to see, I'm alive in every moment. This is a new life experience. This experience right now is a life experience. Because when we're learning that life is miserable, we're seeking life experiences that make us feel good, that make us feel awesome, that are awesome, And then eventually we get to a certain point where I don't need an awesome life experience. This life experience is different than the one before it, and I can practice observing this life experience as it is. So the things, as we move from thinking about life experience and what we think about life experience towards actual life experience, experiencing the life directly as it happens in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, the things we need become less. We start to need less and less things. Like the hardcore Buddhist monks that live in the forest and they don't do anything. They just follow all these hardcore rules. They get like one change of clothes and they sit in the hut, and that's what they do, and they experience their life every moment of their life. They don't need anything. You see what I'm saying? So that's in the Bible. They call a rich man can never enter the kingdom of God. That's a verse in the Bible, and what that means is that a person who is so attached to all of the things that go along with what we think about life, they can't access experiencing the life as it is. That's kind of what that means. Not to say that if you are living a life of life experience, of experiencing your life as it happens, you can't be rich and have material things. That's not what I'm saying. It's pointing to the difference between what we think about the life experience and the actual life experience itself. So, first you create radical life experiences for yourself so you can force yourself to have to experience the life and come out of what you think about life. Okay? And then eventually you do that enough, and eventually on the path you will start to just experience the life as it is, your life experience as it is. Now, if you think about it, in any experience that you have, whether it be a radical life experience or a mundane life experience, the experience is felt inside of the body. It is felt inside of the body. Now, discipline is being practiced when the attention is controlled, whether it be on an outside object or an object internally. But in terms of the life experience across the whole board, it's all in your body. So, you can hold your attention on something outside, but everything is registering inside your body. In order to free yourself from the person you think you are in relation to actual life experience, the hold, the identity and the attachment that has over us will become lessened the more we experience this life experience in this body. Thoughts, feelings, sensations. All right, I don't know. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully it was explanatory. Okay, until next time, thank you for watching.